Oh, we're live?
Oh, we're live. Oh, hey everybody. Welcome to Real Brave Live, number 82. Real Brave is a music school. We do online lessons. You can go to realbraveaudio.com where you can log into our suite of awesomeness, take lessons with us or a guy like that and gal, and do all that. Check us out on the socials. Smash that like button. Subscribe to all the things at Real Brave Inc. Today we're talking about a bunch of different things that happened today, maybe, here on Real Brave Live.
Real Brave Live.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you, too.
Another week here.
Yeah.
At Real Brave Live studio.
Yeah, we did it 2 weeks in a row.
We did we?
Yeah, we did it last week, right?
Did we do it last
We did, yes.
All right.
Okay.
So this is like 82.
That's why we said 82 at the start, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Number 82.
listening. I never listened to those things.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
I'm right. How are you guys
I'd like to welcome Kaylee to the audience,
Hi,
audience
Kaylee.
member. She's here as our intern, replacing the 2 interns that we lost
Yes.
Let's not talk about that fire.
in a tragic music accident.
Presumably, you killed them.
Yeah. So we've got a bunch of things that happened today. So one of them is wrong already.
Oh.
Kaylee pointed it out.
Okay.
But
Intern already making herself very valuable.
yeah.
We love being corrected.
Yeah, so music history. So I've been doing a lot of like YouTube videos on music history, like sort of like
Like you're watching YouTube videos?
30-second bios
Oh,
on
you're
X
producing.
person
Okay.
producing them. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And they've been getting views. Like the Mike Love video's got like 10,000 views almost.
Wow.
Apparently people hate Mike Love.
He's a monster.
Yeah. Why? He's a Beach Boys founding member, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And he's apparently not a good person.
No.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
why is he not a good person?
We're
We're not talking about him today, but that's one of the
No,
videos that I've done.
He was famously against all of the innovation that Brian Wilson wanted to do. His quote was, "Don't F with the formula." Like he
Okay.
wanted to do cars and girls songs forever and not worry about, pet sounds and,
Right.
the good stuff the Beach Boys did.
Yeah.
Oh, so your beef is the fact that he wanted to do like Good Vibrations Forever?
No, that's too out there for him.
Oh, that was
He
too
wanted
out
to do
there.
like 409 and Little Deuce Coupe and Surfing USA and that stuff.
All right. Wasn't he like the main vocal member?
He's the real
The
nasal
guy?
one. Yeah. That kind of stuff.
So, all right. I just recently listened to some Beach Boys stuff, and I still don't like it. I've tried big time.
I really, really appreciate it.
I appreciate it too, but I don't.
Um,
It's not like I'm sitting there and going listening to Pet Sounds like, wow, this is great. This is really carried on through the generational, decades of time through music history, and it's still relevant.
What's the one album, like The Smile or something like that?
Well, that's one that he never finished that he went insane making. And then
Yeah.
finished it in 2004.
I thought that was really interesting. Mike had me listening to that all the way up to
Oh, I never heard that.
yeah.
I'd like to listen to that. Is
it's
that's on the
very
Spotify?
interesting.
It is. You can find out. Brian Wilson released it under like his own name because the Beach Boys never finished it. But
They've started it when?
right after Pet Sounds, actually, Good Vibrations was part of Smile, and then he went insane and literally had a nervous breakdown making it.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson, among the legion of musical frontmen who lost their minds, including Pink Floyd's
Sid Barrett.
Sid Barrett.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
That was a nod to our intern Kaylee,
Yeah, very good. But we're not talking about any of those.
who's not insane. She just likes Sid Barrett.
She could be.
Pointing that out. Yeah, we don't know her that well.
We're going to find out.
Okay.
So maybe today, April 11th, 1964,
Oh.
the Beatles single "Can't Buy Me Love" reached #1 on the U.S. charts. Is that right?
Can't buy me love.
No, that's not. That,
That-
was
that's
not
not
even
right.
close. Can't Buy Me. Was that in a major?
I don't know, man.
Dude,
I haven't played that song in years.
you played a major chord though.
Jordan, how's Can't Buy? No, I played a B minor chord. How's Can't Buy Me Love go? Yeah, it starts on a minor chord. Can't buy me love.
No,
I can't sing.
no.
Yeah,
no.
that's- what I would say is more interesting than Kevin trying to figure this out is that song starts with the chorus, which is an unusual feature of a song. Usually it starts with a verse and leads to a chorus, but that starts with "Can't Buy Me Love." That's interesting, right?
That is interesting.
My friend make you feel alright. I don't care too much for money. Can't buy me love.
There it is.
I had it the first time.
You played a major
Sure.
chord.
Golly, no, I played this chord, which is, by the way, in the bridge.
So "Can't Buy Me Love" is not on Meet the Beatles, which we have we have to fire the person that put that in the queue. That's me.
Nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Pack your things.
So it's not on Meet the Beatles. It's on what album?
I believe it's on Hard Day's Night, but I did not fact check that. That's just my Beatles memory kicking in.
So they reached number one. How many number one singles did the Beatles have?
Hard Day's Night is correct. And enough to produce an entire album.
Yeah, it's eight. I think it's 18, maybe
Yeah.
something like that. 18, 20.
Beatles number one.
And then also.
I can't do this with an iPad. I need a new computer.
And then
20.
Also.
20? Okay.
No, that wasn't a number one.
No.
I played it anyway.
Over the years, many artists have topped the list of the country's most popular songs at the time, but none did so more often than the Beatles. 20 number one singles. You think anybody's ever going to top that?
I think it's already been topped.
Iconic. Oh, Mariah Carey has 19 notches on her belt.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a big belt.
How many of those number ones are All I Want for Christmas? Because it becomes number one every year.
It does, yeah. She makes something like $1 million a year just in residuals for that.
Is that
song.
why she's wearing the inappropriate Christmas costume every single year?
Yes.
Oh God, it makes Kevin so happy.
And yet, when I wear the costume, people tell me to get out of the grocery store.
I sure do. The second thing is 1970. The legendary rock musical Jesus Christ Superstar
Yeah.
debuted on Broadway.
Yes.
Maybe. Let's see if that actually
Fans of the Easter season will be thrilled. All about that Last Supper and Judas.
Have you ever seen it?
No, but I've heard the album. I've heard the recording. Of
So according to this,
The
the first
original
performance was
Broadway cast.
October 12th, 1971. So
Okay.
our researcher has to go bye-bye.
October.
You're looking in my direction as if I'm the researcher, but I'm not.
I asked ChatGPT, what are the 6 things that happened today in music history? And this is what it gave me. Okay?
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords.
So it was on October 12, 1971. Andrew Lloyd Webber's rock opera. Oh, wow, that was Andrew Lloyd Webber. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Lord.
I just think
Andrew
it's
Lloyd
poorly.
Webber.
It's poor taste. Not because
Lord-
I'm religious. I
Lord
just-
Dane Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Excuse me?
Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber.
The show is based on the platinum-selling album.
I believe it was an album first
Is
and
that
then
right?
a musical, which is interesting.
Oh, I would have never thought
Um,
that. It sounds like a musical.
It totally does. And I think it was written by people who write musicals, so it sounds like that.
Yeah.
But I also think it's an interesting idea to make a to make an album first, and if it's a hit, I guess that's like what Mamma Mia is, right? ABBA had hits, and they made a musical out of it.
What came first, The Wall or The Wall?
The Wall, the album came first, but I believe it was always kind of intended to be a multimedia thing.
What about Help?
The Beatles movie,
Yeah.
written for them as a movie, they added their own songs. Like the plot is not necessarily reflected in the music.
Okay.
Much like an Elvis movie.
Right.
you know.
I'd like the jury to know that Steve Gutenberg has taken over my iPad,
Who's that?
Star of Police Academies 1, 2, and 3.
and
Is
I
that
cannot
right?
get rid of him.
And
oh, wow.
4.
Have you seen Police Academy 1 through 4?
No.
You need to do that.
Actually,
That's a demand.
is that with the guy with the sound effects, right?
Yes.
Brian.
Michael Winslow is that
Michael
guy's name.
Winslow.
Yeah.
You are.
I told you I'm a font of
That's
useless information. I'm telling you.
unbelievable. Wow, I have a new respect for you, and I don't respect
You
many
shouldn't
people.
respect these skills. They're worth nothing. It's why at 1 o'clock on a Tuesday I'm here.
We struck gold.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Keep it coming, Brian.
Because like you said something before, and that was really good, and I was like, wow, he should be up there, not me.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Number 3, This is probably wrong too. 1974, Emerson, Lake and Palmer's album "Welcome Back, My Friends, to the Show That Never Ends" with Certified Gold. Let's find out if that actually happened.
Prog rock band I believe from the UK.
Are they really?
I would guess they are.
Who was in it?
Emerson
Oh.
and Palmer, and they were joined by their buddy Lake.
Oh, wow. I would never have guessed.
Yeah, well, the name is deceiving.
Are they like a super band? I
don't
know
think
their
so.
music. I'm not a fan.
Peter, Paul, and Mary. How many other 3 named bands are there?
Belle Biv DeVoe.
They are a progressive super rock band.
Are they from England?
Keith Emerson, keyboards of The Nice. Greg Lake of King Crimson.
Okay.
And Carl Palmer of Atomic Rooster, which of course is I don't know who they are.
We're all big Rooster heads here. We don't have to.
I mean,
we
I
can
have
just,
a
we can
big
just talk
poster in
honestly,
my
right?
room.
Yeah.
They have 9 certified gold albums, dude. I hate their music. That song you just played, I hate that song.
And
We're gonna be sued.
Emerson's flamboyant use of the Hammond organ and Moog synthesizer and piano.
That's Moog.
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 M-O-O-G.
It's spelled Moog.
But it's pronounced
Moog.
Moog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Moog anyway.
All right. That's
Everyone
fine.
else does.
I got.
Why is it pronounced Moog?
I don't know.
Is
but
it
I
guy's
got,
name.
German?
I got yelled at by one of my professors in college for saying Moog.
Oh, really? There's
Yeah.
some. You know what? I'm gonna keep saying it. It's a Moog synthesizer, and I hope somebody comments.
Oh yeah, it's a Moog. We're gonna rage bait you all the way to the top.
Yeah. Yeah. That should be the name of the show, the Moog. And actually, you spell it. That's the way you're supposed to say it.
We're here to set the Moog.
So, welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. That's like a play on one of their songs, right?
Yeah, that's the song Carnival number 9.
So, why do you think that they're a prog rock?
Because they're prog rock.
They were progressive.
Yeah, because their songs are too long and there's no real melody.
That I wouldn't say are characteristics of prog rock at all.
Really?
I mean, yeah, longer format songs for sure, but like Kansas was prog rock. Tell me Wayward Son had no melody.
Wayward Son's an elite song. That's an unfair comparison.
Yes was prog rock.
Yeah, and where's the melody in some of those songs?
Yeah, Yes is prog rock. I
Yes
would
is
say.
prog rock.
Early Genesis, like the
Oh yes,
Peter
big time.
Gabriel era
Peter
Genesis.
Peter Gabriel era is like my favorite era of Genesis.
The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
Pre
Saints.
that.
Oh, pre that, okay.
Selling England by the Pound.
Uh-huh.
The Lamb to me is
Too much?
it's too much. That's
Right.
when it's like Gabriel's version of The Wall,
Yes.
and that's when he went like ballistic with trying to figure out like how to make his own Broadway thing.
But those first, after Gabriel left, those first 4 Gabriel solo albums are amazing.
Yes, and isn't he coming out with a new one?
He is. First in like 20 years, something.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're old, man.
They are.
Ugh, it's frustrating. Do you have anything more to say about Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
I didn't have anything to say to begin with.
I think we can spend some time in this one. So in 1981, maybe, Van Halen's album Fair Warning was released, featuring the hit song Unchained. Maybe. It might have been today.
Van Halen.
Van Halen.
So you like Fair Warning as the best album.
I do. I think it's.
So you're more of a Roth guy than a Van Hagar guy.
Yes.
Why?
I mean, they're both kind of ridiculous in their own ways. Like Van Halen is not known for its subtlety, but Kevin agrees with that.
I agree.
But I would say that they are. I think Eddie's playing is better during the Roth era. It's more adventurous. There's less synths. I'm not generally anti-synth, but I think that for Van Halen, you don't need the synths because you have Eddie Van Halen playing. And like Unchained, the song is a great song. It has that stupid David Lee Roth thing in the middle where he talks to the producer in the middle of it.
He's just scatting, or
Yeah,
like
he's like, hey, look at that suit. That suit is you. And he's doing this this.
Can you play
terrible
Unchained?
talk.
Because I can't remember it right now for some reason.
Who,
No, that's
Which singer was on Panama?
That's David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth.
I would say, Kevin, you, because of your age, I would say you only know David Lee Roth songs.
No.
Or you know mostly David Lee Roth
I'm
songs.
a big fan of I Can't Drive 55.
Well, that's not Van Halen. That's Sammy Hagar solo. I'm
Solo,
talking about
dude.
the Van Halen song.
That's
Yeah.
like the 39th time I've told you that, and now you're just doing it on purpose.
Oh, listen to that phase.
Yeah.
This is Unchained?
Yeah.
He just got bitten by a bear. That's why he screamed
That's
like
why
that.
you scream like that. Yeah. That makes sense. Listen to that tone. Listen to that famous brown sound, as he
I
called
don't
it.
know. I'm more of a corny Van Hagar
Oh,
time.
you like Why Can't This Be Love?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Dreams.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hot for Teacher?
That's
Hot for Teacher
David
is
Lee Roth.
Roth. Yeah. Although the I mean, you can't. Yeah, like 1984 is a great album. I mean, but Fair Warning is first of all, again, released on April 29th, 1981.
My
Maybe our robot overlords aren't quite ready to take over just yet.
is your vertical phone recording you right now?
Yes.
Mine's not.
Good job.
Should I?
You had one job.
Politely differ an opinion.
So Fair Warning is the 4th studio album, according to Wikipedia. They could be wrong, too. By the American rock band Van Halen, released on April 29th, 1981. It sold more than 2 million copies. It was still the band's slowest selling album of the Roth era.
But that album has such great bad David Lee Roth
metal.
lyrics. Like, what was it? Something Stone Cold Murder in a... There's so many bad David Lee Roth lyrics on that album, but it's great.
The album was listed by Esquire as one of the 75 albums every man should own.
Specifically, man?
Just men.
Just men?
Yeah.
It's a boys'
Oh.
album?
Yeah. So what strikes me here, do you have a picture of the album cover?
I do, yes.
The album's cover artwork features detail from The Maze, a painting by the Canadian artist William Karolek, which depicts tortured youth. That's very deep for a band that talks about...
Being hot for a teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks more like a Radiohead cover than
It's very deep. So do you know anything about that? Like
Nope.
why that oh.
Nope. I have an older cousin who was really into Van Halen, and he used to babysit me.
Uh-huh.
So, like, formative childhood memories of mine are just spent hearing Van Halen songs. So I have a lot of Van Halen opinions just from based on being, like, 7 years old or whatever.
The album's cover artwork is accompanied by an insert of a black and white portrait of the members of the band, in addition to blah, 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 and a lyric from the album's opening song, Mean Street. So Mean Street's a really famous song.
Yep.
I remember that. Okay. In handwritten graffiti. So it's like artsy. Were they trying to be artsy?
I don't think they were trying. Maybe they were. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, not known for their subtlety.
Yeah. Blue-eyed murder in a size 5 dress. That's the lyric I was thinking of.
Right.
It's so dumb, it's great.
Yeah, he's a weird dude, man.
He is a weird dude.
Fair Warning so it just critically was not received well. That's really that's what I remember from this, and I've always kind of like never really listened to it.
To me, it's just the guitar tone is really good on that album. Switch. Get up to the solo. Listen to the tone on the solo there.
Okay, yeah. That's like a Q104.3.
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Dad rock. Dad rock, as it's known today.
Dad rock.
I am a
yeah.
dad, so dad rock fits me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all dads. Well,
Well-
you're not a dad.
I have cats.
Yeah, you're a dad cat.
I'm a cat dad.
Dad cat. This is an unhinged episode of this show, by the way. I'm just putting that out there.
Theo Piku, if you're watching. Hey, kitties. Daddy misses you.
I really I have zero respect for that.
What? For
That you're
being
a cat dad. Because you cannot have the same conversation with me.
I can.
No.
I sure can.
You can leave them home for days on end,
Yeah.
and they'll be fine.
Yeah, so are your
I have a
kids.
cat.
Yeah.
I can't do it with my kids.
Yeah, you can.
No.
They'll be generally fine.
Not at a certain age.
I mean,
Isn't one of your cats like 2 years old?
yeah.
No.
They're 3.
3. Oh, 3 we let them outside alone.
Theo just had his birthday in March.
How old is Theo?
He's now 3 and 1
So
month.
you can leave them home alone, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I can't do that
Why not?
because they will die.
Just have the older ones look after the younger ones. Duh.
Brian, step in here.
Yeah, we just for the first time last weekend left our kids alone for like 10 minutes because we had to. My wife had to drop me off someplace, and they were like, "Can we trust you guys to not kill each other for 10 minutes?" And they said yes, and and Erin came back.
Came back and one of them was dead.
No, but things were not great when she came back, and it was literally 10 minutes. So
See, that's what's wrong with this generation, man.
When I was 7, I used to take my sister's Cabbage Patch doll and hang it from the railing. I told you,
Right, yeah.
So that when she would come out underneath from the kitchen of my aunt's house, she would see her Cabbage Patch doll hanging,
Right.
dying,
Yeah.
and she would scream bloody murder and pass out. That's the kind of kids we were.
That's the
And
guy.
that's what you're supposed to do.
This guy who signs my checks, everybody.
just don't mess with them.
But you still have to feed cats. I'll say that.
We just can't have the same conversation. All right, so again, this is wrong too. In 1994, Kurt Cobain, lead singer of Nirvana, was found in April of 1994, just not
Yes.
on today. It was the 8th, Kaylee? Dead in his home in Seattle, Washington. Who is Kurt Cobain?
Kurt Cobain was the frontman for the band Nirvana.
Who's Nirvana?
Nirvana was a grunge band from the 90s.
What is this grunge that you speak of?
It was the answer to the hair metal and the speed metal and the showmanship and the non-subtlety of the Van Halens and the Twisted Sisters and the White Snakes,
The Warrants,
the et ceteras.
the Cinderellas.
Yeah.
On April 8th, 1984, Kurt Cobain,
94.
the lead singer and guitarist of the American rock band Nirvana, was found very sleepy at his home
Oh.
in Seattle, Washington. Forensics investigators later determined that he had died 3 days earlier.
Oh. From what, Dan?
He had a couple holes in him.
Ah. Bummer.
Yeah, it's really sad. I remember that I was working at Chrysler. I was filing we had this. They had this like cave that was under this like mountain thing. They stuck me back there and paid me money to.
Were you working for a supervillain in a cave under a mountain? What are you talking about?
Chrysler.
Chrysler.
Yeah. They
Was it anti-Chrysler?
yeah. I was filing warranty receipts, and then I walked out and I heard that Kurt Cobain had died, and it was very sad.
Let me tell you something. I was at a hockey game last week,
Uh-huh.
and
I don't know if I like this version of you.
And they were playing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" on the thing between like plays or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but it was with like a drum, like a.
No.
And I was like, man, if Kurt Cobain hadn't unalived himself,
Yeah.
then he would
Yeah.
certainly do it now.
Unalived?
Having hurt himself, yeah, we have to say that actually. That's like a thing. We can't.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You can't say the K word. We will be.
Canceled?
No, we'll just be taken out of the algorithm.
Cancel starts with K.
Every cancel begins with K.
Kurt Cobain was the lead American. Yeah, we all know this.
Kevin, do you have any memory of Cobain when he was alive or no?
No.
Probably not, right?
No. I was 4 when this happened.
Yeah, I was in 6th grade when he died, and it was a big deal to me and my 6th grade brethren. We were all into grunge,
Oh, wow.
and it was sad.
Did you watch the documentary about who killed Kurt Cobain and the
Yeah,
Do you subscribe to the thing that Courtney Love actually
No.
killed him? Because when he goes through the letter
Uh-huh.
that's right here, he says that it's not his handwriting.
Right.
Totally.
yeah.
He does quote.
The guy that does the documentary
Yeah.
says that he didn't write this, which I don't have a good picture of it.
Smells Like Teen Spirit was covered by a band in 1998 on November 2nd. The band's called Fish.
Isn't that the worst?
I thought he was going to talk about the Tori Amos
I-
cover of
we
that,
were
which is a
like-
really good cover,
That's
or the
a really
Bad
good
Pluses
cover.
jazz cover
So
of that
the-
was really interesting.
The Utah E Center.
But no, it was about the Fish.
1998.
No. Kaylee, do you like the band Fish? Why?
Ah.
Keep it that way.
So how do you know? How do you know you don't like them?
Stay away from her.
Right?
On April 8th, Cobain's body was discovered unalive, and the greenhouse above
Good, we got it.
the garage at his Lake Washington Boulevard East house. Have you seen pictures of the house? There's nobody living in it.
No.
And there's like pictures of like people taking pictures, like walking through the house. It's a little creepy. Yeah. So you believe that he unoffed himself or offed himself?
Yes, I just think that he had tried to commit suicide in Rome earlier that year, and then
Right.
he was in rehab and he broke out of rehab, and just those aren't the things that you do if you're in a good.
He
mental
wasn't a well
place.
person.
No, he wasn't.
He
But
broke
Courtney
out of
Love-
rehab. Broke out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he left. He left. Rehab.
No, he stuck out. Like he did not. He was there, I believe, in a court-ordered capacity. I could be wrong about that, but I know his family thought he was still there.
That's jail, friend.
Yeah, his family thought he was still in rehab, and then he wasn't, and he went back to Seattle and killed himself.
Oh.
Oh, and unalived himself.
The
Good catch.
documentary, if people are interested, is called Soaked in Bleach. It's got 4 stars on IMDb, and the gentleman that did this, who was an investigator, I believe, of the the unaliving,
Unaliving.
and it's a docudrama by Benjamin Sattler, who co-wrote and produced it with Richard Middleton and Donnie Eicher.
Kaylee, have you seen Soaked in Bleach? Is it
What do
good?
you think?
Ah. Okay. All right.
Film details the events leading up to the death of Mr. Cobain, as seen through the perspective of Tom Grant, the private detective who was hired by Courtney Love to find Cobain shortly before his death in 1994. So he turns on her.
Wow.
Explores his conspiracy theory that Cobain's death was not a suicide.
I just think if you're trying to make conspiracy out of that, that's one of the biggest news stories in the world at that time. It would have come out if it was a sloppy someone is trying to cover this up. I don't know. It just seems like the law of averages. You wouldn't get away with that.
Yeah, I get it. But I think, not to harp on this, but the issue with things like this is there's so many people in music that have serious
Yeah.
depressive problems.
Yeah, true. And they're often, almost always, accompanied with substance abuse.
Yeah.
Look at Jimi Hendrix, and the conspiracies around Jimi Hendrix. Oh, he was killed by his managers.
Yeah.
He partied too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you watch the Elvis movie
No.
that went out?
No.
It was really interesting. It was I thought it was well done. Did you see it? The Elvis
Not yet.
movie?
I plan on watching it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Well, I don't want to ruin it then.
Don't
I
spoil
know
it.
how the
Don't
Elvis
spoil
story
it.
ends.
Elvis died. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you guys didn't know that?
Ah.
But it talks about his manager and how his manager really, it's kind of like the Michael Jackson story.
Yeah.
And how his doctors really pushed all these things on him.
Yeah.
And it's really sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see these people. I know they're human beings, and we put too much emphasis on the celebrity, but not the music. And we're
Yeah.
still doing it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then in 2001, maybe.
Wait, what?
What? What else do you want to talk about with that?
I had a whole bunch of fun
want
facts.
to say something.
Well, first I want to say, viewer, if you or anybody you know is struggling with any mental
100%.
health issues or substance abuse issues, please
Or
know
if you
that-
like fish.
please know that there's help out there for you. We encourage you to take a look for that.
Please.
Kurt Cobain hated playing "Smells Like Teen Spirit," much in the same way Tom York hates playing "Creep."
See, that's stupid.
No,
Yes.
it's not.
It's the thing that catapulted Radiohead to their stardom.
Yeah, but it's not a great song.
It's okay. It's an
not-
okay song.
Yeah,
it was
but,
it was very well done and different at the time, especially with what's his face's guitar playing.
Johnny Greenwood.
Johnny Greenwood, thank you.
Yeah, but think about the depth and scope of Radiohead's music,
Right.
and how that pales.
It's
in
called
comparison.
growth, friends.
Friends. I can understand why Kurt Cobain would probably hate playing "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I can understand it, because it's look, we sold out.
It's like
And
farting
here's a reminder
on everything that you accomplished.
I mean, all right. I agree to disagree. I agree. I would be upset.
I think there is a middle ground here. I think it can be okay to not. I think if you're Nirvana and you have 10 songs that everyone knows, I think when you go see them in concert, you have a responsibility to play some of those 10 songs.
Yeah.
I do not think you have a responsibility to play all 10 of those songs.
I
I think it's one thing if Nirvana was a one-hit wonder and was playing in 2023 and they wouldn't play Teen Spirit, that's dumb because that's the reason people are going to go see you.
Right.
But for Radiohead not playing Creep at this point, if you're only going to see Radiohead to hear Creep, you're probably missing the point of Radiohead.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's a good point. They haven't played Creep in how long?
Actually, they just recently played it for like the first time in 20 years. Like recently, like just before COVID, I think, in Lollapalooza.
Like for seriously?
Yeah.
There are a lot of bands like that, though. I remember a friend of mine went to go see REM, and REM never played after the first couple tours. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Probably because it's such a terrible song to sing. Like, there's so many words in there. But he went to go see them at Jones Beach, and there was like a 3-hour rain delay because there was a storm. And so when they came out after, the first song they played was that. I guess thanking the fans for sticking around. Like, we're going to play a song we don't normally play.
Yeah.
Thank you, you know. But
This
a lot of
one's
bands
for the
do that.
custies out there.
Yeah. I'm trying. If you have a band that over time has more than 3 albums, you can't expect them to go back to the first album and play
Right.
the biggest song ever.
Right, exactly.
However,
I mean,
you shouldn't disparage the song as like, well, we don't like that song anymore because it's poorly done. It's the thing that got you famous.
yeah, but like
We're so much special now.
it was the Trojan horse of like all of their other good stuff.
They also won't play High and Dry. They don't like that song either.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that song.
That's short-sighted. Yeah, I love that song.
Somebody said they won't play it because of how much Yellow by Coldplay sounds like it, and the Yellow just ripped it off, and so they just felt like
man.
we're not going to play it because if you listen to High and Dry now,
Wow.
it is just Yellow 1.0.
No. Oh, now I'm upset. No, but I will respect the choice of any artist to play or not play whatever song they want to play.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
fine.
man, I've been to like 30 Fish shows, right? I've been chasing Harpua since 2010. I haven't gotten one. I'm not upset about it. I've gotten like 10 backwards down the number line.
Can I say something to that?
Please.
The most recent James Webb satellite went up in orbit
Yeah.
and is photographing distant galaxies.
Yeah. It's really cool.
300 million light years away.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares.
Oh man. But we're broadcasting out, right? Something is gonna be out there.
Okay.
Just gonna pick
It'll
up some
never
of that.
get there. Because we're seeing light images from 300 million years ago. And that's on in the expanse of the universe. It doesn't really matter what we're saying right now.
Yes, and space itself, the vacuum, is expanding at an exponential rate.
Yeah.
So even the light that we're seeing now, we won't be seeing in a billion years because it will have drifted too far and will not be traveling fast enough to break that horizon.
You got that, Brian?
Got all of here.
Okay.
Hey, my brother works for NASA. I got some of this stuff.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Whoa, what's he do?
He is the guy
He's an
who
astronaut?
plots where the Mars rover goes.
Is he really?
He is.
That's super cool. Why didn't
Can
you ever
we-
tell us
Can
that?
he come in here and can I talk to him?
He lives in Flagstaff, Arizona, but sure. Next time he's home.
Can we have him on the program?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a lot to say about
He has. I was just saying this to my son before. He's going back to Antarctica next year. He's been to Antarctica 3 times. He lives in a tent in Antarctica for 4 months and collects rocks because the rocks in Antarctica are most similar to the rocks in Mars.
Is that right?
He's in what's called the dry valleys of Antarctica, where there's no snow.
Does that have something to do with the Hadean period of the Earth's history?
No, it has to do with specifically the, I believe, the dryness of that area because it is so arid there and it's so arid
All
on
right.
Mars. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So what we've learned is that Brian's brother is better than him.
100%.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
I remind my mother of that every chance I get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
yeah.
that's
He is the
something
favorite.
else. Younger, older?
Younger.
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 Even worse.
I
How many
know.
kids in the family?
2.
And you're the oldest.
Yeah.
You're the musician.
Yep.
We're always the worst, aren't
Yep.
we?
Mhm.
The biggest disappointments.
I'm the baby. And
What does your boyfriend do?
He's a musician.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So when Melissa introduced me to who was going to be my mother-in-law, she immediately hated me
yeah.
because the person before me was a doctor.
Oh, the bar was set so high.
Oh, so what do you do? And I come in with my like skin tight everything and like longish hair.
Was that pre or post snake tattoo?
Pre.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
At least you weren't tattooed at the time.
Yeah. No. Certainly not tattooed at the time. 2001, Aerosmith
Oh, okay. All right.
released their album
Segways are for kids.
Just Push Play, featuring singles Jaded and Fly Away From Here, 2 songs I don't like.
I had that CD because I was
Oh.
11, and I thought it was cool.
And that's all I got to say about that. What about you?
I love 70s Aerosmith. Like, those albums are really good.
Yeah, Toys in the Attic.
Toys in the Attic, Rocks,
Yeah.
all that stuff's really good. And then after that, it's not so good.
Isn't the
Ooh.
song that was in Armageddon on that album?
Probably. It's same.
Don't want to miss a thing.
It might have been before that, but right in that era.
Let's find out, because
I'm gonna guess, and this is no knowledge. I'm guessing it was a CD bonus track, that it wasn't actually recorded for the album, but they put it on the CD as a bonus track.
What was the name of this album?
Just Push Play. Songs: Light Inside, Just Push Play, Out of Your Head, Under My Skin, Sunshine, Trip Hoppin', Love Life. He's really sick right now, isn't he?
Is he?
Steven Tyler.
I know he's in some trouble for some stuff he did in the 70s
I remember why 11-year-old me wanted this album.
because of the sexy robot on the front.
Yeah, silly. Just Push Play is the song by American rock band. I never liked this album.
No, it's not good.
March 6, 2001. So this is wrong too.
Isn't it Love in an Elevator was on this one?
No,
that
no.
was not.
That is Pump from 1989,
Yeah.
my friend.
Pump is a great album. You don't like Pump?
Pump's okay.
Okay, so did you like Permanent Vacation?
It's too
Oh.
glossy. It's that gated reverb that Desmond Child writing lyrics and stuff. That's just not my
Desmond
bag.
Child wrote lyrics of that?
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
probably have such a nostalgia trip listening to this album because I haven't listened to any of these songs since I had the CD.
So I would have to put Steven Tyler up there as one of the greatest frontmen of all time. He doesn't get the credit.
They don't in general get the credit I think they deserve in terms of how good those 70s albums are and how good of a performing band they are / were.
Yeah, yeah. Because, like, when you really think about it, there's no one that sounds like Steven Tyler. There's no one that has the style, like, with all, like, the scarves and all that stuff.
He had a lot of scarves.
A lot of scarves.
Yeah.
He was similar in vocal, the way he pushed out the from his body, because, like, he had this huge mouth.
Yeah, he did.
And he's similar to Freddie Mercury
Yeah.
in that way.
They were very much compared to the Rolling Stones because of how much him and Joe Perry kind of resembled Mick Jagger and Keith
Oh, wow.
Richards, even though they're musically not all that similar.
No, not even close. What do you think of Joe Perry as a guitarist? Overrated? Underrated?
I think appropriately rated.
Yeah. I really like the other guy, Brad Whitford. The leads he takes. We're getting deep into my 70s Aerosmith knowledge here, but like the solo on Last Child. I don't know if you know the song Last Child.
No.
Great. You know that song. You would know it if you heard it.
If I heard it, maybe.
But it's the solo on that is fantastic, and that's Brad Whitford. Yeah.
All right, so I was looking. I thought he was really sick, but I guess not, because it's got all current events about Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
and we're not going to talk
we
about
don't
that.
want to get into those current
What's
events.
going on
at
with
all.
Steven Tyler these days?
Nothing.
No.
And that's it. He's fine. That's it. So basically, the whole show was 6 things that happened on April 11th
Wow.
in
Didn't.
time,
That
and
didn't
none
happen.
of the things happened on April 11th. Thank you, Chat GPT.
Oh.
Someone just Googled Steven Tyler news.
Never mind. That's unfortunate.
Don't. It's not cool.
It's rough.
Plus, he looks rough, man. He's
Who
in
was
his
thinking
70s.
about looking old in the early 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Liv
like,
Tyler.
He was like 20 something.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler was in Armageddon.
Yes, she was.
She was also in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, and in That Thing You Do, one of the best movies about music ever made.
Oh, really?
How many times when you heard that song, didn't you just want to like cringe a little bit? They did that on purpose, right?
It's like a perfect '60s one-hit wonder song that
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
stuck in your head and won't get out. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Tom Hanks. You never can go wrong with Tom Hanks, right?
No.
Anything you want to say about anything we talked about today, Kevin?
Tom Hanks is an American treasure, and we should love and appreciate him.
Very good. That's all we got for today. As you know already, if you're a big fan of the show, which you're not, Real Brave is a music school. We can be found online at realbraveaudio.com. All the socials at Real Brave Inc. Check out our YouTube. It's blowing up. Over 400 subscribers right now.
Really?
Yeah.
400 subscribers?
Yes, sir. Go look it up right now on your phone.
Nah, I don't got time for that.
Nah, I got time for that. Please like and subscribe. Come back next week. We're gonna move this to YouTube, aren't we? At some point.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get lost, Facebook. Nice knowing you. See you never again.
Yeah, I know. So this is the last time we'll see you on Facebook, maybe. Here on
Real Brave Live.